I think the big thing that all of the elementary teachers are talking about is just that social emotional health and well-being component. And we've all kind of brainstormed about the fact that we need to be on with the kids, show up, hopefully try to get as many of the kids to show up, and have there be time in each connecting time where they can just be kids and like check in with each other and say hi. What I've noticed is if you put in the work as a teacher with the student, a lot of times the student will then start showing up more for other peers.
I am starting distance learning every day with a morning meeting and really prioritizing that at the start of my day and taking enough time there for students to be able to talk to each other and greet each other and catch up with each other and share about like what they're doing in school, but then also outside of school and playing games together. And even though that takes time away from what could be doing academic things, I think that morning meeting is one of the most important connection pieces for students to be able to see each other, even if it is virtually, and continuing to build that classroom community.
You know, I think it depends on the day, but we're trying to have a set time where we can either give instructions, we can give direct instruction when needed. I think it's really hard, even as an adult, for me to sit on a Google Meet from 9 o'clock till noon. And so I think we're being really conscious about, having that synchronous time where we're together, but making sure that they're not just sitting and listening and taking notes and doing that for that entire time. Because even as adults, that's really hard, and they're gonna lose motivation fast with that. And so I think it's going to be a combination of, we want to have structure through the day. So, we suggest that, hey, from this time to this time is going to be math, and I will be online, and I want you to check in with me right away. But some days it might be a 10-minute check-in, and then boom, they're off working on something, or they're in a small group breakout session working on something. And some days we'll just be doing things together. And it can also adjust depending on the kid too, and what the kid needs.
One thing that I'm toying with is doing like kind of a breakfast time or like a lunch bunch where we can just kind of come together and eat lunch or breakfast together and just kind of chit chat in a more informal format versus like the morning meeting, which is more structured.
I think a lot of discussion questions. We have these computers in front of us that have all of these resources and all of these different modes to do learning on. So it's getting them talking, whether that's actually on the Meet or whether that's maybe a Jamboard or a Flipgrid.
And so for me, it's just making sure, one, that I have relationships built. So if they start to fall off, there's enough trust that I can kind of call them on it. But in a really positive, I want to help you way, not in a punitive, I'm trying to catch you doing something you're not supposed to. It's let's have a real conversation about where's your hurdle? Why is that a hurdle? What can you do to make it better? What can I do? How are we a team at this? And so just keeping things fresh, changing it up, whether it's a game one day, breakout groups another day, listening to me talk another day, having fun with it, telling jokes, like it doesn't have to be business all the time, giving them breaks throughout the day. Like for us, that was really important to build in half-an-hour breaks here and there. And we tell them like, go outside, or, if it's a cold day, go watch a Netflix show, turn your brain off for a half an hour. You have that flexibility now to go take a little mind break.
So I'm trying to put out as much as I can out there and try to get that feedback from them to see what they do. And I'm just trying to keep it really simple for them and try to keep it fun and engaging. I know they have a lot on their plate. Everyone does.
Outside the box thinking is going to be really important. And I've seen just in myself and my coworkers, some awesome things come out of outside of the box thinking during this time. So I know that there'll be challenges, but I'm excited that we're going to work together to meet those.